Oh, don't worry. You'll be seeing a little bit of rage a little on down the line. Until then, happy Monday, everybody. Um, yesterday was nice. We celebrated my cousin's birthday yesterday. It was awesome. It was fantastic seeing my family again. Love it. We actually had some slow roasted beef with baked potatoes, you know, uh, glazed carrots and green beans, and a whole bunch of hors d'oeuvres, which included chips and salsa, shrimp, pierogies, um, and a cheese plate with salami and pepperoni on it. It was actually a lot of food, wonderful. You know, love my family. Cannot wait to see them again. Hopefully, it'll be a little sooner before Thanksgiving, but we'll have to see. Yeah, I mean, now we get together whenever we have like big celebrations, but unfortunately, I don't know if anything is going on before Thanksgiving. I mean, there is one thing that could potentially happen that is going to be happening in which I see my family again, but it's not going to be under the circumstances of a party, let's say. But who knows? Maybe something will come along. I just have no idea what it is. Anyway, how about we get into what happened yesterday in terms of football, shall we? Let's see. I ended up being right about the Panthers being the Buccaneers. That was awesome. I was apparently just barely right about the Redskins winning over the Dolphins. Seriously, two of the worst teams in the NFL. Someone finally had to get a W. I'm actually kind of glad I was right about that one. Let's see. I was right about the Saints beating the Jaguars. So, I think I said the Saints against the Jaguars. Yeah, I did. I was right about the Ravens beating the Bengals. It was actually a pretty good game. Because I was actually watching the game over at one of the local bars, and the Bengals are actually giving them trouble. Yeah, Lamar Jackson actually had to do a lot of running to get out of there, so that was really cool. Speaking of teams I don't predict winning, yet still giving trouble for the team I do predict winning, how about the Cleveland Browns? Like, they're up like 20-6 at the end of the half. I'm like, okay, Baker Mayfield woke up feeling dangerous today. But, alas, I still predicted the Seahawks would win, and I was actually right about that. So, cool. Hooray for me. Another thing I'm definitely happy about, Skull! Yes, the Vikings won. And they beat those darn Eagles. I do not like the Eagles. Not at all. So, yes. Any loss to the Eagles makes me happy. Makes me very happy. And for what I think I'm coming down with something. That's why I'm like not sounding as cool as I used to, I guess. And okay. I'm just saying this right now. Patrick Mahomes had one of the greatest throws I've ever seen to a wide receiver since probably the legendary Odell Beckham Jr. catch. You're up by practically 2 touchdowns at the end of the half. How did the Chiefs beat the Texans 31-24? How? Kansas City, you really gotta step up your game. I mean, you guys were expected to take it all, at least for the AFC. And you're not really doing that. Not at all. What gives? What gives? Oh, but don't worry. I'll rage about other things down the line. One thing I will not be raging about, though, is I was right about the Cardinals beating the Falcons. Yeah, I'm just saying this right now. The Falcons are not very good. I mean, yes, the Cardinals beat them 34-33, but for whatever reason, Matt Ryan is putting up some pretty good numbers. Yet, because the Falcons are losing, no one cares. And that's actually, again, I mentioned this when I talked about Odell Beckham Jr. yesterday. Like, great players are stuck in this lose-lose situation where, like, here's the thing. If they're overpaid, I should clarify. If they're overpaid, if they, say, throw, 6 for 10 for only 33 yards and still overpaid, you're thinking, why overpaying him when they win? That is. But when they lose, they'll throw like 14 for 15 for 300 yards, and they still lose. And people are saying, and people aren't going to care about those numbers. They just care about the fact that, they lost. Again, it really is sort of a lose-lose situation. And you got to feel for these players. And, I have a lot more respect for Matt Ryan than some of those other crazy people out there who are overpaid and, still play at the NFL level. So, yeah. Starting to really feel for Matt Ryan. Truly, truly it is a shame. Now then, the 49ers and the Rams. I was correct. The 49ers are 5-0, and I think they might actually take it to the playoffs. I really think they will. It'll be a close one. It's really going to depend on how good Seattle plays. Seattle cannot have games where they just barely beat like the Browns. They got to play lights out. And I can tell you right now, the 49ers, along with George Kittle as their tight end, they're going to do it. Funny enough, I'm pretty sure around this time of year last year, I predicted who was going to go to the Super Bowl. Honestly, there's so much crazy stuff going on in the air, I really don't know. Considering that both the Patriots and the 49ers are each 5-0, it would be simple to say I would be picking them. However, again, we're not even halfway through the season. So it's still pretty early for me to decide that. But we'll have to wait and see. Now we get into the bad. Okay. Apparently Marcus Mariota was not on because the Broncos beat them. Beat the Titans 16-0. Which, okay, looks like the Broncos have some life in them. Great. You're still not going to get by the Chargers or the Chiefs. That I know for a fact that's going to be the case. And now we get to rage. How do you lose to the Jets? The Jets. They're seriously, they're a 4-letter word I don't like anymore. Seriously. How do you lose to the Jets? That's insane. You cannot fall behind the way you do and expect to come back. You cannot. Was Dak even playing? Was Zeke playing? Was the defense playing? What gives? This game was a W handed to you guys on a silver platter, and you still couldn't do it. I'm just saying this right now. Unless you turn it around, unless you make me change my mind, I'm saying it. The Dallas Cowboys do not deserve to go to the playoffs. We know. You can't beat the Jets, you don't get to go. Or you don't have a shot of going, I should say. Granted, we still could have won, and it would only end up being later on down the line that we end up not going. But still, you lose to the Jets, you don't deserve to go. It's awful. It was absolutely pitiful. And, we have Philadelphia next week. If you guys have any sort of spine or any sort of backbone, you're going to wake up from whatever you're falling asleep from or whatever, and you're going to beat the Eagles this upcoming Sunday. Oh, yeah, we play the Eagles. Although, to be perfectly honest, I'm horrified at what's going to be happening. Because if we can't beat the Jets, we're not going to be able to beat the Eagles. That's just pure and simple. I mean, yes, the Jets were actually doing a pretty good job against the Eagles when they played them. I think it was it last week? Oh, yeah, right. 31-6. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Jets 31-6. We should at least put up close to those numbers. We did not. We don't deserve to go to the playoffs. The Dallas Cowboys do not deserve to go to the playoffs. And if any of the Dallas Cowboys happen to be watching any of this, or any Cowboys fans happen to be watching this, you better make me change my mind. I hope I'm wrong. Go Cowboys. I can't even say that enthusiastically anymore. And another kick in the rear end for me, I was wrong about the Chargers beating the Steelers. Well, then again, I mentioned Devin Bush was a steal in the draft, and he proved that last night, so I guess there's that. I can take some pride in knowing I got that part right. And now we get into tonight's game, which will officially end week 6, which is the Lions and the Packers. You know, the Packers have been playing pretty well lately. I do believe they're also 5-0. So, you know what? I'll pick the Packers over the Lions. So, yeah, it's the one pick I can make today. It's the only pick I can make today. So, yeah, the Packers and the Lions. That's about it. That's all I got. Man. Those are the Jets. You know, we haven't beaten the Jets since 2007. That was actually the year the Cowboys actually would have made it to the Super Bowl if Tony Romo hadn't decided to take him and his best teammates out to Cancun during the week of their bye week. I mean, you know when you go to Cancun? After you win the darn thing, that's when you go to Cancun, okay? And ever since then, we've never beaten the Jets. I mean, during the 2010-2011 season, we lost to the Jets back when Rex Ryan and Mark Sanchez were the good Rex Ryan and Mark Sanchez. In 2015-2016, we lost because Tony Romo got injured. That was the year we went 4-2. Funny enough, the only other teams we beat outside of our conference were the Dolphins. Oh, God. This ain't going to be another one of those years, is it? I hope not. And now we have this year where we still haven't been able to beat the Jets. You know, I'm still hoping we go to the playoffs. I'm still hoping we win. I'm still hoping we turn this around. But I'm just saying this right now. I have very serious doubts about the Dallas Cowboys' future. I'm just going to leave it at that. I hate it when we lose. I mean, not that this should come as any surprise to anyone, but I really don't like it when we lose. Especially when we should not lose. Man, we're a better team than this. What are we doing? Man, I don't even know anymore, man. I do not. You know what? I think it's probably the curse of Romo. Because the last time we played the AFC, the time before the last time we played, it was back in 2007. That was the year we beat the Jets as well. We won 13-3. And we beat practically every team in the AFC East except for the undefeated Patriots. And since then, we haven't been able to do a darn thing. It's the curse of Romo, I tell you. Maybe it's the curse of Romo saying it should have been a Cowboys-Patriots Super Bowl that year. Well, again, it was Romo whose fault why we didn't go. So, yeah. I have very mixed feelings about Tony Romo, as you guys know. I would call him number 9. And I mean the German word, not the number. Oh, well. Go Cowboys. Like, favorite, share, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on the social media platforms, turn on those notifications on YouTube. I am very humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I hope we have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. And remember, for you guys who want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. Always have your back. Take care and make good choices.